All right, so Jason was asking why didn't I take the handle off, because it was obviously in the way. Well, you can look at it that way, or you can look at it like, well, how can I make use of it? When I come in here behind this with my fleece, behind this rubber, and attach this metal back here, the handle will actually help shape the fleece into this shape. If I didn't have that, it would pull straight this direction. I kind of like this shape, right? And also the handle is very secure, and it'd be a good location to tie the fleece into the A-pillar, nice and strong. So it's going to get wrapped in here, and it's going to get hooked and everything. But having that handle in there will give it some extra forward and backwards strength. Now I was looking at, and I even tested, see there's some glue up here. I tested an idea that I had of putting some sticks in here, going up and staggering them and twisting them as I went up. And while that will work in creating a 90% of a feel there, the problem is it's going to leave a ton of air gaps in the fiberglass because of the way it's laid up. It's going to be really hard to get enough fiberglass in there to fill that in, and I just don't think it's necessary, because I can attach here with the fleece, pull it out, attach here all the way around down in here, and then come back, and it will give me full coverage of this area. And then once that's done and dry, I can lay in fiberglass along the box here, tie this panel into the box. Though I may not need to, but I can. And what I'm thinking on the inside is I'm going to add a metal bracket in here, attaching to the B-pillar cover and the wood to give it some extra rigidity right here. It's really actually pretty stable right now, but I want to add more, and that would add more rigidity down there. So the fiberglass essentially is going to create the seal, and the bracket will create the strength. That's the idea. There's a whole lot of thinking. I mean, it's not like there's a recipe for how to do this stuff. It's not, you know, it's just the thing you have to do. You got to figure out every time you do something like this. You got to figure out how you're going to do it in this particular situation this time. So yesterday in my video, the end, I talked about the equipment that I'm needing to finish everything up, and I was last night, whenever I was going over everything, I was kind of floored by the fact that two individuals, two wonderful people stepped up, and Alan and Don. And Alan and Don purchased the 2 4-channel amplifiers and the 8K amplifier to do this build with. I'm still humbled by how good people can still be in this world, man. You know, you hear a lot on the YouTube about chaos, disorder, and people being mean and hateful to each other, and all the negativity that that's in the world. You know, you just hear about that all the time. And it's almost like it's something that people want you to believe. You know, they want you to hate each other. They want you to fear each other. They want us to hate and fear each other. In my life, I haven't seen that. You know, driving a truck for 11 years, I met nothing but friends out on the road. I went everywhere from New York City to Compton, California, and I met nothing but friends. I mean, I had a few run-ins with random people here and there on the highway. Mostly it was other truck drivers. But even those ended with a handshake. But the thing is, I just don't get it, man. You know, I just don't get it. I spent several nights sitting in my truck in Compton, California. Right down the street, there were people on the street slinging dope. You know, they were dealing. And I had a couple of guys walk over to my truck and say, "Hey, man," you know, and talk to me for a minute and say, "Hey, we're putting a barbecue. You want a plate?" No kidding, dude. They were straight up having a barbecue at a house right next door where I was parked at for the night. And they brought me a plate of barbecue. They asked me if I wanted to smoke. I said, "No, I don't partake of that." That was the end of that conversation. So they brought me a plate of barbecue, and I had barbecue with them. I broke bread with these guys, right? And, or let me rephrase that. They broke bread with me. You know, they came to me and said, "Hey, you know, we got food. You want some food?" And I'm going to tell you, that was some good barbecue. And I went back there multiple times, had to stop there, and I never had any problems with anybody. Guys, I've been as a truck driver, we go to the worst places in town. We go to the shadiest neighborhoods because that's where that's where the warehouse is, right? That we're delivering to. And the people that are forced by the economy to live in the lowest rent sections of town live in those neighborhoods. That's where they live. That's because that's where the property is the cheapest, right? Nobody wants to live next to a dang warehouse or a factory. So the property's cheap there. And the rent's cheap there. Well, cheap-ish. But I ain't never met nothing but friends on the road, man. I don't get it. And since I've been doing this thing on YouTube, I have run into the same thing. You know, it's just people. I see the good in people all the time. I don't know. I don't understand why the media and the government and the powerful people that can influence the world. I don't understand why they have to be pushing this agenda, this hateful agenda that gets pushed. And I normally don't talk about politics, and this ain't really politics anyway. This is people. Now, I love everybody. And, you know, you got to work hard to make an enemy of me, because I just don't have that in me. I'm not a mean person. And the people that I meet, the people I associate with, the people I share my time with are like-minded people. And I believe that you guys are all like-minded people as well. I genuinely try my best to help my neighbor and to help my people around me. You know, you don't have to change the world, man. You don't have to change the world. You just have to change the people around you. Take care of your bubble, right? Your circle around you. And if everybody takes care of a circle around them, the whole world will be took care of. You know, if you see it, fix it. If you see something wrong, straighten it out. You see someone being done wrong, help them. You see someone in need, help them. You know, it ain't hard to do. And if everybody does that, then the whole world gets that. The young man and his father messaged me back last night. And I'm going to tell you, between Alan and Don hooking me up with amplifiers, which is still blowing my freaking mind, by the way. Between them doing that and this young man getting excited because I mentioned him on video. And I told his dad to give him a hug for me. His dad said he thought that was amazing and awesome. Between those things, I was in tears last night. And it's a good thing. You know, it's good tears. This video ain't gonna have much building in it, probably none, because my hands are too cold to work out here. The wind is blowing. But I wanted to give a shout out to my people. To people that have and help. People that I do my best to emulate every day. You know. Anyway, guys. Yeah.